most difficult to work with?
The glass, I would say.
Yeah, I'd
The
say
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
Glass?
Yeah.
Okay, glass. Now the glass, I can put a little bit of blue and white here and a touch of yellow, because otherwise blue and white would be too stark, would be too strong. And then a little bit of white, blue, white, bit of orange, and then do this first. Look, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not gesso. I forgot it's not gesso. This is a color from B&Q, white.
Acrylic.
Yeah, acrylic, but the problem is that it's shining. I forgot that it's shiny. It's a bit shiny. So yeah, this one, a little bit of this type of color, which is grey, dull grey. And on the corners I have very dark edges, all dark color, which is basically, again, blue, bit of blue and brown, a touch of red to break that blue and brown, of red. And then come and do these edges, look, here. And then the ice, which has been thrown right at the liquid water, and then here. It's important to do the type of glass you're looking at, because if it's elongated glass, it looks like glass of water. This glass to me looks like a glass of whiskey.
No.
If I'm not, no?
No. It's a translucent liquid. It's either lemonade or gin and tonic.
Yeah, but it's a short
Short
base.
glass.
Yeah.
It's a short.
It's a tumbler.
A tumbler.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever you say. Not much about it.
A tumbler is a short, stocky glass,
Uh-huh.
and then a highball is a long, elongated glass.
Okay, now I'm talking to a professional glass.
Yes.
Professional drinker.
Yeah.
Well, and I've worked in many a bar.
So I wouldn't challenge you. So okay, whatever you say.
Excellent. That's the right answer for all of them.
Tumbler sits nicely in the hand, I think.
Yes.
And you have all these splash of color here. Sorry, color. I mean splash of ice, water. Splash of water. Bit of blue, and getting those darks even darker. And then you have
Why are you using black?
black. Why I'm using or why I'm not using?
Why are you not?
Because black on ice. I'm using a bit of brown. Look, just to break the blue, because otherwise it would be too blue. So I'm using brown to soften the blue. And now, look, drag it down. Look at that. And then with your paper towel, any paper will do. Look. And so that gives the impression of reflected light. And then inside those, look, without using white first. See what I'm doing? Clearing the color inside, look. And then lighter up here. And then very, very, very light here, because that's supposed to be without liquid. Although water doesn't have color, but when you have a lot of water, it does give a little shine, or little, not color, but gives a hint, or it's darker basically when you have some water in whatever surface. And then here, softer the splash, and then here, soft, and then I have a lot of bubbles in between. Bubbles of light white, look. Bubble here, another bubble, bubbles everywhere. A bit more rounded, and you can come and do the white, be a little bit more, well, pure white basically here, and then break, not pure white, well, pure white, because I know that's still wet, so that will not stay, the white will not stay white, if you know what I mean. When I put it around here, will not stay white. Will get mixed up with the that wet color that I just put on, and the ice is not completely dark. You see that sides of the ice are translucent, the sides. You see that this it's dark in the middle, but on the sides it's not dark at all. Plus around the eyes, it's much lighter here, and then some of that to create that reflected light down here, and then reflected. Although I dragged the colors down, but also you come like this and you do them horizontally and bring back the base of the glass. Cut that with white, and then here I can cut the corners, make it a little bit more to to create more of a line, a straight line, basically. Here, okay. And the sides, and if you notice, if you go close, you see that the border of the glass is not exactly a straight line or an uninterrupted line, it is interrupted. There. And bubbles, as we said, bubbles, and light here. And if you like to, well, to be honest, you can work on it as much as you like. The problem is that that will push the colors around. So what I was going to do, let's say if that's a glass in a setting on a let's say still life, I will leave the glass now and go to the other objects. So that will give a little bit of time for the oil, although the oil might need days to dry, but give it a little bit of time, give it a couple of hours, and you can come back to it and then work. And when the color is drier, come back to the white or to the blue and make it darker or lighter, depending on the white. If you want the white lighter, you can put more pure white. If you want the sides darker, you can put more. But now I can come back now and do, again, working on the eyes, water splashed, water here, splashed. And the side of the glass. The form, the shape of the glass. It's not the best of the glasses, but it's best of glass. But what I'm trying to do is to create. Obviously, it's black and white, so I don't have much reference there, but because that's what you find. That's what I found on the internet. But you can give, to be honest, you can say, well, how about if it's whiskey? If it's whiskey, or if it's any vodka with color, like Smirnoff, no, Smirnoff doesn't have any color, but any other drink, then you put color to it. Not blue, and like I did put blue here. The base, work on the base a bit more, splash and the water darker here, and then here. Reflected light down here. That suggests also that we are looking at the glass table. If it's on a table, then you're looking at the glass table. Kind of impressionistic look.
Yeah.
The glass. So create the transparency, or keep the transparency as much as you can here, and bubbles with a bit of dark here, dark on the sides of the bubble, and then how do you see it? A quick approach to transparent objects. And a little bit of that white in between the water here, which has been splashed everywhere. So the water is not solid. It's also the water is translucent. Not transparent, translucent. You can see through, you can see the light through, but not through it to see what's beyond. So there we are here then. How do you see it? It's not, let's say, because you see, it's not, the lines are not perfect. But I didn't want you to do it because you're painting. But if you want to make it perfect, if you want to make perfect lines, what you need to do is to take one of those, another brush, leave it sideways like this, and then I can now come and do that. Look, it's like a ruler. See what I mean? If you want to bring those lines to be perfectly straight and give impression of a very
I wondered how people did straight
Like
lines.
sign writing.
do you want them straight?
No, I always wondered how people did straight lines
Oh,
in
yeah,
painting.
yes.
Were you
Oh, I
supposed to do it
see.
freehand, or could you actually use something?
Yes. Well, most likely yes. They did. Even in the Renaissance, Vermeer and all the great artists, they use straight lines. You can see them because you can see some image. They had no photography then, but you have some other artists who paint what other artists are doing in the studio, and you see them with rulers. If you want to paint perspective, especially, how do you get perspective? You need to do those lines before you start painting.
Vanishing point.
Vanish, yes, exactly. Vanishing point, yes. And what I've done a mistake here that you see, I've given here a very straight line.
Yeah.
Actually, the glass does have a little bit of a curve, so it's not a straight line. It's a curve like of that sort. So a little curve. I know this. So yeah, the horizon line, because we're looking. Well, depends. Might have that curve if you're looking at it from above. But if you're looking at it or low, if you're low, if your eye, the eye of the artist or the photographer, it's low to the horizon, then the line of the glass with the line of the table are perfectly aligned. But you need to lower your head to the table. And here I don't think it's lower to the table. I think the photography, it's there. It's the level of the photographer, it's at the level of the water here. Not because you see, I can still see a little bit of curve, so that's why I'm recreating that curve and bring it back. So that's perspective basically. So a bit more of a like that curved, but that's solid now. So what I need to do is to put some white onto that solid line and come and reinforce that shape, which is a rounded shape. And because it's glass, you can play around with reflected light here as much as you like. You can add, even though it's not much there, but you can add it, make it more interesting or less interesting, whatever you prefer. Okay, now here, I think they're too dark. Look, soft on them like this. Yeah, they were too dark before. So I think soft. And maybe get rid of them completely, in the sense that look, you don't want too much of it. And some of it just get through the glass and do that. Look, lose the lines, those lines here, make it a little bit more, again, translucent. No,
Yes.
transparent. On the glass it's transparent. And sideways. And then here as well.
I think I like it with the sharp sides.
Sharp like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it more like a glass, doesn't it? And what?
You've got the impressionist bit in the
Yeah.
ice and everything, but you get the
Uh-huh.
shape of it.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's good. I agree with that. And then bring back. Oh, sorry, it's lower up here.
It's a work in progress.
Yes. Thank you, Caroline. There. Kind of, maybe not as strong because otherwise you see a lot of these, and we want to see the glass more than the table. There. Okay.
Lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, so even an object like that, black and white. So because people say sometimes, or a lot of times, what should I paint today? You can paint anything.
Yeah.
That. See that?
Yeah.
That. Just leave it on the table. That creates a shadow. How do you get the
Texture.
texture of
yeah.
that? How do you get it? Plastic. We're surrounded by plastic. Just a bottle of plastic with a shadow, and the light, where the light is, might have a beautiful blue color or red color or violet. Paint that. So you can paint anything as long as you paint it beautifully, and as long as you create the one of the not tricks, or well, trick, you can say tricks, but one of the most important thing is how it's been lit up, how it's been highlighted. As long as you have a beautiful highlight of any object, let's say if it's lit by the left hand side, normally it's on the left hand side that you create the shadow, normally. Because why? Because we're right hand people. People with left hand, you want it to be lit on the right, and then you create a shadow on the left. So you paint because you're painting with your left hand. But most people are right-handed, so lit by the left-hand side here, and then you create a shadow here, or even top like this one. But you can paint anything. The thing is, how do you paint it? What do you say about it? Because it's not painting an object. It's you painting it abstractly, you painting it impressionistically, or you painting it realistically, photorealism. So it's up to you. Interpret. And again, what I should have done here differently is just put some color on that. Say, okay, well, you might say orange. Orange.
No, I think it's nice as it is.
Do you like it as it is?
But I'll put it on anyway.
Oh, let's put some whiskey in the glass.
Whiskey, what color is it? It's yellow, isn't it?
It's kind of
Yellow.
amber, yellowy brown.
Like that.
Touch of brown.
Touch of brown, touch of brown, touch of brown. That, no.
It's like
that's-
oil.
Yes, now I got it. Yes, I know. It's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yes, something like that. Look.
That's Fanta.
Yes.
And a bit lighter.
A bit lighter?
That's a big glass of whiskey.
Yeah, but we're zooming on it. That's why it looks big.
That's why you never get on a bus once he's been drinking.
Don't get close to that when I'm doing something. And then reflected light on the eyes, look. And reflected light on the whiskey as well, look. But you see, you give it life by giving color, giving color. And then reflected yellow on the glass itself.
There's a little one here somewhere.
Yes, that was a demo. Yes, that's a good one. It was yesterday. One of my students. Yeah. I've done a demo for him, and then Keith. That's Keith is his name.
Oh,
Keith.
Patterson. Oh, yes, so who did the horse? Yes, I know,
Yeah, Keith. Yeah. Because I'm recording, so that's why. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, he's good. He's doing well. He's doing much better.
Yeah, he painted a horse, I remember.
Yes.
Just a horse head.
Yes, a horse and a castle. He just painted from a beautiful drawing from memory, without even knowing, without even looking at anything. He was just creating it on his own. So look, and a little bit of transparency onto the water here. And if I have that, obviously that yellow will be reflected down here, then wouldn't it? Look. You see what I mean? And you start giving life to something which is very mundane glass. How about I create a shadow to the glass here? Look, a darker yellow and brown. Look, a darker tone. Oh no, that's straight because I've gone sideways. Look. So you start giving it a different. A different interpretation to start with, but also you push it wherever you want it to be. And that was, if that is a part of a still life, then obviously that could be your main subject. And then you can put an apple close to whiskey. You can put some crackers or cheese. Cheese, that's good. So there. And the bubbles here. But no, the bubbles will not be yellow. No, they won't, no, because it's ice, isn't it? Yeah. And then a little bit of dark to emphasize this. Okay. I think that's enough. I don't want to take too much time from your painting. And then the ice itself is white, isn't it? Ice is white. I'm running out of white now. Ice is white. Splash it here, but not only white, because ice is also bluish. It's frozen water. Ice is frozen water, so it's kind of blue. Okay, I start using definition now. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was better before.
I liked it when it was
Without
all,
the whiskey.
Yeah, I liked it when it was all blue.
Whiskey just
Because you could see whatever you put down first, you could still see that through the glass, which was quite nice.
Yeah. I think that became become impressionistic.
Yeah.
But it was sharper with the water. Now I think I put too much. Well, the thing is that to make that better, I would have to leave that dry out and then add
Yeah,
you know,
go back
more
again.
clearer, like cleaner yellows, or transparent yellows, not that solid yellows there. And then here. Okay.
I'd
Do you wanna
forgotten
have a
about
go?
me.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a go on your?